Okay, big welcome, you guys. My name is Denise Walsh, Black Diamond Leader with It Works, and I am super excited for this bonus training because this is my favorite topic. And this is my new favorite super cozy shirt. I seriously feel like I wear it in every video because I wear it like every other day. When you live in Michigan, like this is your thing. So today we are talking about compensation plan. We are going to talk about the ins and outs on like how the It Works compensation plan works, charting to diamond and above, and how to unlock every single dollar that corporate puts in front of us because they put it all on the table and it's ours to lose, essentially, right? Like they're giving it to us and we have to go pick it up. So if you have any questions throughout this, please feel free to post it in the group chat and let me know, and I'll go back through afterwards and answer questions as we go. So let's go ahead and share my screen to the really cool boot camp slide. Because this is like what makes me look so professional right now. 5 ways to earn. We're going to go through them individually, but you can write these down. We've got wrap cash, fast start bonuses, residual income, leadership bonuses, and promotions. And promotions are things that come and go. They may change periodically, and we'll talk about what's going on right now, but the other ones are staple. Now, I do have to let you know that I got to Black Diamond, which is a $100,000 a month income for 6 consecutive months with like no promotion. So we'll talk about that in a minute, but just know that our compensation plan truly does stand alone. All right, so here's the average monthly income, and I love starting with this because I want you to pick your number. Wherever you are, whether you're a brand new distributor or you are seasoned 2 years, 5 years, 8 years, you got to have your end in mind. You have to have that next goal in front of you. That why, that clarity of the why is going to propel you to move forward, to take action, to get out of bed in the morning with urgency and excitement. So pick your number. Pick your number. Do you have it? Circle it. Well, I guess you can't do that. Write it down and then decide why, right? Because we know that money's fleeting. Money isn't the motivator. It's the why behind the money that truly makes us excited. So whether it's paying off debt, whether it's going to Disney with your family, whether it's being a work from home mom, like I get to pick my kids up from school. I get to go. I read a book to Owen's class this morning because he's like the wonderfully made student of the week. And I don't have to ask for time off. Like working from home is awesome. Work from home mom, like what income would you need every month in order to truly impact your family? Write it down. And then we're going to quickly go over our steps to success, which is basically the streamlined like training tool, because at the end of the day, you don't really need to know the ins and outs of the entire compensation plan. What you need to know is that Steps to Success unlocks it, which is why it's such a powerful, powerful tool. So step 1 is to join the party. You join the party each and every month by running your 80 BV monthly auto ship. I recommend 2 boxes of wraps. You use one, you sell one, you have a self-running business every single month. I know people that will get a box of wraps plan to sell them, and then they'll get a product that they're going to use, whether it's greens or probiotics or facials or whatever. But you do this each and every month by running your auto ship. I do recommend running your auto ship on the 1st or 2nd of the month if you can, but definitely within the first 15 days because you want to flip in the system as commission qualified. At the end of every single month, all of the volume goes back to 0. And as auto ships and orders run through, they'll start to populate throughout the month. And you want to be commission qualified immediately. So that's what I challenge all of my team to do. All right, next step is for customers. So when you're first getting started with It Works, we know Step to Success is your goal. But you know what? This is your goal every single month. Step 2 in our Step to Success system is to enroll 4 customers. So you enroll 4 customers that are, at least a fat fighter or above, and you get a few things. Number 1, you unlock 2 wrap rewards. Woo-hoo. This is awesome. Every single time you sign 2 customers, in your business, you get a wrap reward. A wrap reward is a box of wraps at a discounted rate. In the States, it's $25. It includes free shipping. It's a great way to keep your inventory up. And you get that every single time you gather 2 customers. Even now, 11 years later, I'm getting boxes of wrap rewards. So you want to make sure you unlock that you get that reduced discount product, whatever, in your hands within your first 30 days. The other thing that happens when you get 4 customers in your first 30 days is you get $100 in free product. This is free product. This is Blitz cards. This is t-shirts like this cute one. Like you can get anything that you want from your eSuite for free. And this is $100 credit to you when you get your 4 customers in the first 30 days. Now, one thing to know is that that's not hard. That's like super duper easy, especially when you have a mom, a sister, a friend, a neighbor, and you ask them to support your business by trying a product for 3 consecutive months and giving you feedback. They get wholesale pricing. It's certainly doable. So I recommend to all my team to do it within 72 hours because I think corporate is very generous in giving us this 30-day goal. So if you're new, work on this. Like get your loyal customers in. And if you're sponsoring people, challenge them to do it in their first 72 hours as well. They want the free product. They want the wrap rewards. And of course, later on, we'll learn why this is important for you as well. And then step 3 is to focus on going Ruby. Focus on 3 distributors that want to build this business with you. Teach them steps of success, and you will start to promote. And again, every time you do one of these steps, you unlock a piece of the compensation plan. And that is why we are have it tattooed on our forehead, like steps to success. This is your strategy for becoming a millionaire with It Works. All right, so let's go through the 5 ways to earn. The first one is Wrap Cash. Wrap Cash is not necessarily where the $1 million are made, but I can tell you for new distributors to have cash in their pocket immediately truly takes the game up a level. It's really powerful to come home from a party with $300, $700 in your pocket. Wrap Cash is simply selling a product like you go to a party, you sell a wrap for $25, you get cash. That's Wrap Cash. And you can do one-on-ones, you can do parties. There's a lot of different ways that you can work with this. You can go at a chiropractor's office, salons, and you can sell to their clients, etc. But Wrap Cash is an amazing way to have a self-running business each and every month. Now, I say it's not necessarily where the $1 million comes from, but I do know Melody McFarland kept her Wrap Cash in a brown paper bag and took it to the Jaguar dealership and bought a car in cash. So Wrap Cash adds up, and it's not something you want to skip over. I know people that have made thousands of dollars in Wrap Cash each and every month. All right, and next we have Fast Start bonuses. So Fast Start bonuses are probably one of my favorites because it truly ensures that we are not going to just sign people up and say good luck. We get paid to help people experience success. And so what a Fast Start bonus is when you sign somebody up who's on auto ship and they get 2 customers in their first 30 days, you, the enroller, get $100. All right. So you're more invested in helping them with their party. You're more invested in helping them get that first 4 customers under their belt because you get a kickback for that. So if you think about training a new customer, they're excited to earn their free product. They're excited to earn wrap rewards. So their challenge is to gather 4 customers. But we want them to at least get 2 because as soon as 2 is kicked out or 2 is paid, 2 is in the system, you get kicked out the $100. So Fast Start bonuses are paid out weekly, so you get it the following week. It's my goal to earn at least $100 a week with Fast Start bonuses. And I know part of Joel and Stephanie's story is that this was $1,000 that they could control each and every month. So they made a point to gather 10 distributors and get them started by getting their customers, and they ensured that they were making $1,000 a month. So Fast Start bonuses are probably one of our favorites because it can be immediate money and it's motivated through steps to success. You can see how, when I teach people steps to success, this automatically is paid out. Next up is residual income. So what I love about residual income is that there are very few ways in life that you can do something one time and get paid over and over and over and over and over and over again. For example, if you are an actor, or you write a book, or you do, royalties, musicians, there's like only a few options, you guys, on how you can do something one time and get paid over and over and over and over again. And that's what residual income is. You do the party one time, you get paid on that customer again and again and again and again and again. You train your team well, and this residual duplicates and multiplies, and you get paid on your team and personal sales. So let's talk a bit about how to unlock the residual income. When you're a distributor and you just get first started, like you haven't quite promoted yet, you get paid on 2 levels. You get 15% on your customers and then 10% on your distributors. Now, every time you promote, you unlock a piece of the comp plan. So if you take a look here, to promote to executive, you want 2 distributors who are considered a qualified leg. Now, what a qualified leg means is that they get to 400. That's why we have a 400 club. That's why we have goals. And we were like, who's at 400? 400 and above makes you a qualified leg. Now, isn't this interesting? How many customers do you think it would take for you to get to 400, or for a new distributor to get to 400? 4 to 6-ish, depending on the health of their order. Isn't that interesting? When you're leading and training with Step to Success, not only is your Fast Start bonus paid out, but qualified legs are consistent within your team, because everybody's getting, or they're working to get, right, their 4 and above customers to get their free product, to get their wrap rewards, and the volume just comes in. So you can see how Step to Success unlocks every single piece of the compensation plan. So you have 2 distributors, they're at 400, you promote to executive, and that means you've unlocked level 3 in the pay plan. Next up is Ruby. So again, with Ruby, you have 3 people on your top line. You just went executive, and you teach one of them to do the same. So 5 total distributors on your team. Average monthly income is about $500 a month, and it unlocks level 4. For me, I have to say, between Ruby and Emerald was probably my hardest jump, because with Ruby, you have people who are hanging out. With Emerald, you have people who are working it with you. But because of that, I know people who go Ruby to Diamond quickly, because once you find those key players, it truly doesn't take long. So with Emerald, you have 2 Ruby legs and 2 qualified legs, and you unlock the level 6 Infinity bonus. Now, what I like to mention here is that qualified legs are really important. They're fine. I need them. But I'm truly looking for the leaders who are rising up in my team. So I'm asking them questions. I'm listening to how they go through their first funk. What do they do when somebody says no? What are their dreams and what are their goals? And I'm kind of finding the leaders who want this just as much as I do. And I'm grabbing a hold of their coattails, and they're the ones that I'm really, really focused on. Diamond is 1 Emerald and 1 Ruby. So again, I just went Emerald, and now I'm looking through my team to see who wants to be Emerald as well. And I'm really focusing on the leaders that are rising up, telling and showing me that they're really hungry for this. Now, I had somebody tell me one time, they were like, why does everyone get so excited about being Diamond? And I said, oh my gosh, you don't know this? Like, you really need to know this. This is very important, because when you hit Diamond, not only have you unlocked the full residual, you get paid on the depth of your team, you also unlock the leadership bonuses. 2 leadership bonuses unlock once you hit Diamond. And the first one is the Diamond bonus. This is called the leadership level bonus. And basically, this is an enhanced Fast Start. It's like the Fast Start bonus on steroids. As a Diamond, once you go Diamond, like, woohoo, congratulations. And I sign somebody up. I'm training them with Step to Success. Not only am I excited when they get their 4 customers because they get their free product, I'm excited because I get the $100 Fast Start bonus. And now, because I'm Diamond, I get an extra $80. So I just made $180, almost double of what I made last month, doing the same thing. But it doesn't stop there. When my new distributor signs up an aunt in Colorado or a sister in Miami or a cousin in Korea, I get 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80 throughout the depth of that entire organization. Ah! I know. I'm letting that sink in a minute. My highest check, and I don't say this too often from stage, but this seems like a small group. My highest check had $80,000 of just leadership level bonuses alone in it. It's crazy. So this goes throughout the depth of the organization. Double diamond and unlocks to 120, triple diamond unlocks to 135, presidential it unlocks to 145, ambassador it unlocks at 150. So this is an interesting story. My sister finally signed up in my business the month I was going ambassador. It was like March of, when did I go ambassador? I don't remember. I went black diamond in 2015. So ambassador was probably like 2012, 2013. I should know that. I'll look it up later. But she was like, all right, tell me more. What are you doing? And I said, okay, I'm going ambassador this month. I don't have time to talk to you. I'll call you in April. So I called her the first week in April. And now that I was ambassador, I signed her up and I went down to Charlotte. Now she had, because that's where she lives, and she had friends in the room that were interested in building a business with her. Every single time she signed up a distributor that got their 2 customers, they were on their 80 BV auto ship, I got 150. 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150, 150 throughout the depth of her entire leg. Now, do you think it's advantageous for me to really make sure they're trained well? Is it advantageous for me to build the relationship with the workers within her leg no matter where they show up? Yes. Yes. It was. And I can tell you it is. Like, those are the things where you're like, I will spend $300 on a flight to Charlotte because I know I'm going to get paid back in my commission check and beyond by training and working and connecting with the team. The other thing that unlocks when you go diamond is called the generational bonus. Now, this will honestly make more sense to you once it starts happening. At least it did for me, like when you have names in these boxes. But when you go diamond, you get a 2% pay raise. Not only did you unlock the leadership level bonus, but you get a 2% raise. Now, when was the last time that you went to your boss and you were like, can I please have a raise just by doing what I'm supposed to do? And they're like, oh, sure. And then we're going to give you a raise when you teach other people to do what they're supposed to do too. Like, that doesn't happen. But with It Works, you get a 2% raise on your entire group volume. So let's put some numbers here. A typical diamond has about 10 grand in volume. So 2% raise is an extra $200. Awesome. $200. And that's of course on top of, like, if your volume's higher, your 2% is higher. I think I was at 30 grand in volume when I went diamond. So my 2% was higher. And then when you go double diamond, you unlock your second generation. And the second generation means that you get a percentage on your personal diamonds volume. So let me see if I have writing abilities. I think I need to contact them and tell them I need my writing abilities back because I used to be able to draw on my screen and it was super cool. But if you think of a double diamond organization, a double diamond has a diamond and an emerald, okay? That's it. So honestly, you heard emerald. Emerald is a ruby and a ruby. Diamond is an emerald and a ruby. Double diamond is a diamond and an emerald. Like, you can get to double diamond pay with 2 strong legs. That's it. So focus on your 2 rock stars until you're double, and then you can start working on your third. But when you promote to double, you get a 4% raise on your diamond group volume. Now, if you enroll them, it's an extra 5. So think about a 9% raise. Let's say you put your husband in and you get him to diamond. He's like 1 step behind you. You're double. He's diamond. You get a 9% raise on that volume, which typically is about an extra $900 in your check. You can see if you go to, I'll go back to this income chart. Boop, boop. You can see why there's a big raise here. Like it starts to double. Diamond it doubles to double, which doubles to triple, which doubles all the way up because you are unlocking pieces of the compensation plan. What I love about our comp plan is that we have the ability, like the motivation to work within the depths of the team, because I don't care if you're on my 5th level, if you're 150, if I get this 150 diamond bonus for you and you're a rock star, like I want to know who you are. I want to work with you because that is advantageous to me, right? Well, with these generational bonuses, it's advantageous for me to help you go diamond as well because I get a percentage on the volume that when the diamonds pop. Now, in order to take advantage of the generational, one thing that we do recommend is building wide. Now, depth in your tree is like the roots, that's stability. If you really want your check to grow, you want to build new diamonds wide, because every time a new personal diamond wide like pops, and when I say wide, I mean like a new leg, you've got 3, 4, 5 legs, that 9% starts over. So you could have like 1 million diamonds on your top line and you get 9% on their group volume, 9% on their group volume, 9% on their group volume, all, for every single new leg that you build. So we often say that the depth of your tree is the roots, and the building the width is where a lot of the like stability and increase in check will come from. And then we have promotions. So promotions basically are the current promotion that corporate has put out there. Right now, we've got a few things. Number 1, we've got the check matching promotion. Now, what this means is that when you go diamond, you not just unlock the leadership level bonus and the generational bonus, you now unlock the match it bonus. And you can see the check matches there all the way down through ambassador. This is somebody that signs up when January 2018 and until through March 2018, you want them to make money. Why? Because you don't just get paid on their volume, you get paid on their check. So when they make $150, you make $150. When they make $1,000, you make $1,000. This is really, well, I guess percentage. I'm thinking of myself because I'm ambassador. For you guys, it'll be whatever percentage you've matched at that time. And what I love about this promotion is, again, it incentivizes us to truly stay focused on a few key players and help them generate an income, because you get that check match on the first 6 months of their checks. Now, hear me out. Some people saw this and they went, the first 6 months, people don't typically make a ton of money. Well, let me tell you, that's not true. It's just not true. We had some people go to their first 6 months of income. And if you have signed up with us in the last 8 years, go back to the first 6 months of your income. I tried to do this and it didn't go back that far. So you guys probably are able to do it to see what your first 6 months are. But I can tell you Stephanie Dunn's first 6 months was like $25, and then it went up to $400 and then $800, and she was diamond within 6 months. And so she grew an income in that first 6 months. I know people who went presidential in 6 months. So you can imagine getting a check match on that presidential. Again, don't dismiss some of this as like, oh, this doesn't pertain to me. It does. What I'd challenge you to do is get your calculator out, like get your chart out, pick a few people that you're really focusing on, help them get to diamond and double diamond within their first 6 months, and that income is going to come back to you. Of course, with fast starts, of course, with diamond bonuses, of course, with generations, but with this check match as well. And then last but not least, in terms of promotions, is we have a $5,000 Go Emerald bonus. So again, there's motivation for the new distributor and there's motivation for the leader. When you go Emerald for the first time this month, you get a $5,000 bonus. This is $500 extra in your check for the next 2 or 10 months. Now, again, I wonder what's next. Is this next? No. Okay. I'm going to go back to this one because I want you to see. Typical emeralds make about $900. So you're going to add $500 on top of that for 10 months. That's awesome. That's seriously awesome. So many people join this business just for an extra $500. So you can imagine, what is that, a $1,400 check in your first 2 months? Like, guys, this is life-changing for people. So this Emerald bonus, for anybody who has not yet hit Emerald, gets the $5,000 bonus. And for those who just signed up, you get 2 full months. So if you signed up in March, you get all of April and all of May to hit Ruby and to hit Emerald and hit the $5,000 bonus. Now, a couple things to know about Emerald. And this is why we're so excited about it. I mean, there's lots of reasons. But here's the thing about Emerald. Emerald, you truly only need 2 strong legs. Your 2 rubies, right? Guess what? You only need 2 strong legs for diamond, and you only need 2 strong legs for double. So what I'm expecting is for people who are running to Emerald in their first 2 months are going to get to double diamond in their first 6 months because they're focusing on these 2 key players and these 2 key teams that are going to catapult them up in their business. So if you're a leader on this call, I would recommend picking a few people that you know are hungry just like you and work with them and their team to help them get to Emerald by the end of the month or whenever their 2 months is done. But don't stop there. Work with them to get to double within their first 6 months because you get the check match for that as well. Ooh, Genevieve says she made $18,000 in the first 6 months. Awesome. Claire says she made well over $7,000 in the first 6 months. Awesome. Yeah, that's the thing, is that these check matches are life-changing for the leaders and life-changing for the new distributors as they're getting started with an amazing start and clear, focused goals. So, what questions do you have? Because I know this can be a lot of information all at one time, but a couple of things I want you to know is that Steps to Success unlocks it all. It unlocks it all. So if you're like, what did you just say? Get your Step to Success out, print it off for your new distributors. I send screenshots to them or forward it in Messenger and this is your first goal. 4 customers, 3 distributors. Who can we get on a phone call with? Who can you invite to the virtual party? Who can we do a party with? Let's get you going and off to a great start. And when they start getting their feet wet, you can put the next thing right in front of them. I know you don't need to sponsor 10 distributors a month to be a millionaire with It Works. You just have to be focused and know what you're working towards. And Step to Success allows you to do that, but yet still benefit from the craziness of our compensation plan. One other thing to know is that I really believe that the compensation plan, whether we like it or not, will dictate a culture. I know lots of companies where you have the ability to move people 3 months later, and so teams will move and they don't really know who their leader is. I know companies where you only get paid on half of the team depending on the volume you have. I mean, there's just a lot of crazy things out there. And what happens is that dictates who they work with. It dictates the connection and community within the team because people are getting moved around all of the time. And so what I know about our compensation plan is that it creates a community and a culture where there is no greed. There's only love. Everybody wants people to experience success. You want people to promote. You don't get cut off when somebody promotes. It's all about love and helping and locking arms with your new distributors to helping everyone experience success. And I think that's important. Because we do have an amazing compensation plan and it does impact our culture and it does impact it in an amazing, positive way. So, all right. Good questions. I think so. One question is about events, belly to belly events. There's a lot of different kinds of events that you can go to, including You can go to craft fairs. You can like set up your booth at salons or chiropractors or tanning salons. You can, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that you can get out there. You can go to events and network with the vendors without necessarily even having a booth yourself. So there's a lot of ways that you can get in front of people without breaking the bank. The other thing I would recommend is like doing it together. So you've got 3 to 5 people all pitch in $200. You split the leads equally and you just team up with people. So Genevieve asks, building wide versus placing and getting to the next rank when you're not ambassador. So I can tell you what I did. I think promoting is important. You can have 1 million people on your top line and not experience any momentum. So when you are promoting, people want to join a team that knows what they're doing and knows where they're going, and it's not just like you experiencing success. So I do believe that you want to, like, I only have 5 legs. I worked with the people that wanted to work, and then I connected and worked within their teams in order to go ambassador. So like I worked with 2 strong legs until there was momentum there, and I got to double, and then I focused on the 3rd leg until there was momentum, and then I got to triple, 4th presidential, 5th ambassador, right? I have done it a million different ways. I've placed to place, I've like placed to promote, I've placed to my most successful for me, and again, everybody's different. It all depends on how many you're sponsoring, is when I build communities within my team. So if I place, I always connect them with the leader that I place them under, and I'm trying to build connections and community, because this is what happened to me. This is like a whole nother level after hours talk. What happened to me is I got to triple because Brandon was generating leads. This is so silly. Brandon was generating leads on Google, like, because we didn't have Facebook yet. He was like finding people that were interested, and we didn't know what to do with them. And he said to Cami, what would you like? We have all these people requesting information. And she was like, oh my gosh, give them to me. And so we gave our leads to Cami because I was still working and honestly too scared. And she called a lot of these leads that were requesting information from Brandon's marketing efforts. And then she placed them on our team and did every other enrollership. She was very fair from the beginning. She was like, you don't really get coding yet, or leadership level bonuses yet, but you will. And you don't quite understand what enrollership means, but you will. So we did every other enroller on our team. So guess what? Cami had the relationship with most of our team. We went triple. Brandon was the double. We had 2 diamonds. They were, fairly weak. And we went to Australia for 6 months because we quit our job. You're making 10 grand a month. It was awesome. We went to Australia. We came back, and most of our leaders were gone. They were gone because basically Cami was like, you're triple now. I'm going to go work on other legs and you take care of it. And because I didn't know them, I didn't feel as comfortable calling and coaching them and that kind of thing. And so our volume was always okay, but I got to ambassador with 100% new leaders. My leaders were gone, and I had to do it myself again. And so what I like to do is, or I like to say is, I'm just as cool as all these new people who went ambassador in 2 years. That's what I like to tell myself, because it took me 3 years to go triple. And then we quit our jobs. Our leaders kind of fell away, and we built my top spot to ambassador and my bottom spot. So my spot and Brandon's spot to ambassador within 2 years, working 10 legs, like, massaging these 10 legs. I went in May, he went in March. And it was awesome. So point of the story is when you are placing, it works best for me to really connect with the workers and gel the team together. So when my focus goes on to another team, they are self-sufficient. What's the best way to push a new distributor to Emerald without overwhelming them right at the start? Yeah, Jordan, I focus on steps of success, even though in my mind and in my heart, I'm like, you're going Emerald and you're going Diamond and you're going Double. Like I know what they don't know. So I come at it with an increased confidence. But I do still say, all right, girl, your first goal is 4 customers. Who will that be for you? Write them down. Send it to me. I have a little script that I'll say, all right, here's a good, first text. Send this to people. And if you want help responding, send the screenshot back and I'll help you respond. Like try to go back and forth with them. So if they get stuck, I often find too that people are more interested or like more confident if I'm sending the message. Like I'll say this. And that way, if the person says no, it's like, they're saying no to me, not them. It's a little bit less vulnerable, but I still do focus on focus steps to success. And I have their eyes and ears open for who their two rubies are going to be. Let's see. So this is what I did. I got to ambassador and I started building diamonds wide. So Brandon I got him to ambassador. Brandon's got to ambassador. You focus on your next promotion, but then we started building diamonds wide underneath Brandon. That is what we did. Yes, exactly. You want to race to the next promotion because you want to unlock it. There's no reason to leave things unlocked. You want to unlock the entire compensation plan. High class problem when we've got leads, too many leads and we need help, right? That's awesome. So systems certainly help with following up, texting, messaging, all of that kind of stuff. All right, one other question. Let's see. New distributor, congratulations on your first distributor. Woohoo! So a couple things, Natalie, when you're going through steps of success with somebody, I would recommend trying to do it on the phone because it sounds like you're tagging her in some things, but she needs to emotionally connect with her business. And sometimes there's 2D days, right? The day you join and the day you actually get to work. And she needs to have that emotional connection. So I would get on the phone with her and take her through it and ask her the questions that I asked you. What is your number? Why do you want it? How many hours a week? Now, this is what I asked. And I just learned this new question at our latest boot camp. I typically say, how many hours a week are you able to put into your business? But the question I learned to ask this weekend was, are you willing to do what it takes to hit that number? Are you willing to do what it takes to hit $500 a month? Are you willing to do what it takes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And ask those questions. And you can do that through text if they're not really responding. I think it's my job in the first 4 weeks to create a habit of connection. They don't know the team call schedule. It's not their habit to call me when they're having a bad day. Like, I want their habit to be to reach out. And the first few weeks, it's my responsibility to create that. But if they're not picking up what I'm laying down, I move on fast. I don't have time to herd sheep. I have time to move, and people are either on my path or they're not. So I text them, I connect with them, I make sure they know when everything is, and I'll even text them before and after, because again, I want them to create a habit. And we're creating new habits with new distributors, but I don't want to spend too much time stalking somebody who doesn't want to be stalked. So I will do a final little message that says, hey girl, I haven't heard back from you. Note to self. It's like their responsibility to respond. You know what I mean? It's not always my job, but I'll say, I haven't heard back from you and I would love to help you get your business up and running. I know you want to make some extra money for your family. You let me know when you're ready and I'll be here. And just move on. Yeah. Natalie, I don't know that I would spend too much time there. I wouldn't she says that she hopped on a live and you can block her too. Sounds like she's not just not responding, that she's actually pretty negative. And typically what happens there is that somebody signs up, and this happens with anything. Somebody signs up and they get a negative response from their family or their husband. And then all of a sudden they lose, it's like deflating a balloon, and they go, and then they don't really have the inner courage to step out again. I mean, even things like I had a girl go to an expo, and she got really excited about painting a mural on her son's wall, and she was super excited about it. And then when she got home, her husband said no, and they didn't do it. You know what I mean? It just happens all the time. Good questions. Good questions. Anything else about charting or your next goal? I'm going to go back to to this slide really quick. All right, so you can see this slide again. And again, remember, every time you promote, you unlock a piece of the compensation plan. Your goal is to, of course, get the Emerald bonus and get as many Emerald people, like people underneath you, Emerald bonus as possible. But you also want to get to Diamond and above because you want to unlock the compensation plan. So your eyes are always on the next goal. And what, again, I love is that you only need 2 strong leaders to get all the way to double. And then you start working on your 3rd, your 4th, and your 5th. And you create momentum within those teams, meaning you stay focused on 1 or 2 teams at a time. It does not work to work on all 5 legs at the same time. From my experience, some people get your time, some people get your people. So if you're giving 3 legs your time, 2 legs get your people, and you're focusing your people and creating momentum here. What I mean by that is, let's say you place a distributor on this leg, and then on this leg, and on this leg, and on this leg, and on this leg. You're not creating any synergy or any momentum. I've done that when I felt like there's so many people to help and so many people that I want to work with, but I found that it really is most beneficial when you stay focused in 1 team at a time, whether that's building your husband's leg, or that's building a 3rd top line to get to triple, or whatever the case may be. Stay super focused on building and working within 1 or 2 teams at a time. The other legs, they can get your energy, they can be a part of contests, they of course can get your time, but really focusing on creating community and culture and promotions within a couple legs is where I have found I've gotten the biggest bang for my buck. Good question. Let's see. Volume tips, yes. So for those that do not know, in order to maintain Emerald, you want to have about 8,000 in personal volume, or not personal, 8,000 in group volume. Now, for the interesting thing is you don't need 8,000 to promote to Emerald. I think it's a little bit less than that, but you do need 8,000 overall to maintain it. You can maintain either way, through boxes or through volume. And so you do want to have a healthy volume when you actually flip over in the system, so that maintaining is not even an issue, right? Because your eyes are already on Diamond. You're going to the next level. So Diamonds maintain with an average, or with a $10,000 overall volume. And it does need to be balanced, meaning you want 5,000 in your strong leg and then 5,000 outside of your strong leg. So volume, a couple things that I love to do. Let me see. Shoot, I don't have the boxes here. Let me pull it up, because I do have a strategy with this. And I just pulled it up. That was amazingly fast. All right, I'm gonna go to this side. Okay, so here's your Emerald chart. This is what I do for volume, is I really try to separate the goals. So for example, this executive is focused on these 2 $400 legs. So basically you have 3 people all focused on getting 800 in BV. These people are all focused on 800 in BV. The Ruby is focused here. 3 people focused on 800 BV. This Ruby is focused here, and then you are focused here. So every single 400 spot has a few eyes working on it and looking at it, right? And so you're connecting with your Rubies, and you're connecting with your executives, and you're saying things like, oh my gosh, you are so stinking close to promotion. Do you know that if Sally only has 3 more Fit 30s, you are going to be executive? Who do you know that, and you're getting them to think about their own promotion. It's not about you, their own promotion. You are excited about what they're going to, and you give them a specific detail on like how to get there. So instead of saying you need 800 in volume, which may seem a bit overwhelming, I break it down into packages. So Fit 30s, Fit 15s, how many wraps do you need? And I try to make it concrete for them to say, all right, I only need 3 more orders of well, I was going to say skinny pack, but that's a little different now. You could do skinny pack, Fit 30 or Fit 15 or boxes of wraps or whatever. And so it's really clear. So then their job is to talk with these people. Now, as an Emerald, you probably can really coach everybody on your team, but the goal is to train this person up as a leader as well. So you could have like a message group. You can have a 400 club. Like we do a 400 club within our team, and then everybody's invited to an exclusive training Zoom the next month when they get to 400. So there's a couple of incentives there. But what I love about breaking the volume down is that you have more than one person working on it, and you break it into packages so it's kind of easy to think about. At the end of the day, nobody cares more about your promotion than you do, period. So you can't expect, like if they don't do it, you can't be like hating on them. But you want to encourage them as much as you can by giving them tools, but at the end of the day, you just know you're going to probably have to raise some of it yourself, customers, distributors, etc., and then place it where it makes sense. At what point do you move on from one team to the next? Good question. So I used to move on when they were get to like diamond, and I've decided that I really think that getting them to diamond, double diamond is, well, why is that falling? There, I don't know. Never mind. Diamond or double diamond is okay. So this is what hold on. I can't like think at the same time. I'll just move my chair up. How about that? Okay, so what I do, I try to get them to diamond or double diamond. That's it. Double diamonds have a bit more security because they've, I mean, you can tell too, guys, like if somebody is doing it on their own and they just need your excitement and your focus, then that's fine. You don't have to like build everybody. The goal is that you're not building everybody. But when you see some momentum going on and they can really like take ownership, then hand it off. I found that getting like a leader to diamond or double diamond with my close mentoring is really helpful because they're learning so much in the process and they're creating community. They're learning about what promotions mean and how to fight for it and that kind of thing that they then can be like self-sufficient after that. Yes. Good question, Claire. So building volume up for those who aren't working, I think it depends. And then Claire, I'll get to your question. So if you can see the emerald, go back to my emerald chart. If you see my emerald chart, you can see, maybe this will let me draw. That would be awesome. If you have a whole, oh no, it won't. Oh, that was cool. Okay, if you have a whole ruby that isn't working, replace them. Like you don't want to do the whole thing yourself when it's like a whole egg. But if you have one person here or one person there, then certainly go for your promotion. You certainly don't want, like it's never going to be perfect. So you're going to have people that you need to fill in. But if it's a whole stinking leg, then I probably wouldn't even include them in my chart. So both. I have built whole rubies, but I knew I could maintain it. You know what I mean? Like you push yourself up and then when your overall volume's fine, strong, then you know you can maintain and that's okay. So it depends. It depends here and there. Certainly do it. Remember like your promotion. I had somebody tell me this once and I thought it was really, really cool. She said she doesn't think of this as like Sally's ruby or Jonathan is ruby or whatever. She's like Denise 1, Denise 2, Denise 3, Denise 4, Denise 5. And she works because it's her promotion. And so she's not getting emotionally attached to what they are not doing necessarily. She's just really focusing on her own goal. And I thought that was cool. All right, clarification on stacked diamonds. So let me pull up my diamond chart. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know that I have an awesome double diamond chart. I'll look. I know I have it at some point in my life. Okay, I'll just do a diamond chart for here. Okay, so you see the double diamond. Now, let me see if I can draw something. Can I draw? Tools. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Okay, so can you guys see my little cursor? Is that helpful? Okay, so this guy is emerald, right? You go diamond, you get a 2% raise on your entire group volume. So this whole thing, you get a 2% raise. Maybe I can text. Can you see that little box that popped out? Okay, so 2% raise when you go diamond on your entire group volume. Awesome. Now your emerald goes diamond. Your emerald goes diamond. And you go double. You get a 9% raise on their volume. Like, that is not what I really meant. Okay, so you get a 9% raise on their group volume. So what happens is you get a 9% raise on this person's group volume. Anything outside of it, you still get the 2%. So the 2% is for the ruby and these 400 legs, you get 2% there because they're still part of your first generation. This, now that they're diamond, is now called your second generation. And you get a 9% raise here, understanding that you enrolled them. You know, it's the 4 plus the 5. Now let's say this ruby goes diamond. So you're got like a rockin' team. You get a 9% on all of this full diamond, and then this turns into your third generation, and you get a 2% raise here. So it goes 2 for your whole, 2 for anybody that's not yet diamond. So this ruby, you still get 2. These 4%, you still get 2 because they're considered your first generation. This emerald is considered your second generation, and you get a 9% raise here. Now that this person goes diamond, you get 2% here again. So that means that anything outside the diamond is still 9%, 9%, 9%, 9%. This goes to 2. And then when this person goes diamond, it goes down to 1. If you enroll them, you get the extra 5%. I'm going to do this here. You get 9%, which is 5% enroller bonus plus 4%. So what happens, Claire, is like, let's say you are triple diamond. Anybody on your top line that's not yet diamond, you get 2% on because they're not yet diamond. So any new legs wide, or if they're emerald or ruby, you get 2%. Underneath the diamond leg, you get 9% on all of their people who are not yet diamond. Here you get 2% on all of the people that are not yet diamond. So for this emerald, you'd get 2% here if they're diamond, and then all the rest would be 9%. And then here you get 1 on all of the people underneath here. I wish I had a pencil, but all the people that are here, you'd get 1%. All the people that are not yet diamond, you get the 2%. All the people that are not yet diamond, you get 9%. So you kind of, it's like a story problem a little bit, where you take the volume and it happens every single leg. So that's why we say diamonds wide is, at the end of the day, I'm going to keep everybody's check up, because every single time you start a new leg, you get 9%, and then it goes and it kind of breaks down. That's the part that's probably the most confusing, and it makes the most sense when you have your own diamonds to put in there. Let me see if I can draw it out a little bit better. Let me know if that is clear as mud. Emerald and ruby. Okay, so here's a double diamond tree. They are diamond and emerald. This diamond has an emerald and a ruby. When you go diamond, you get a 2% raise on everything. As soon as this person goes diamond, it splits off. So you still get a 2% raise on the emerald, but this you get the 9% raise. So 2% on your first generation, 9% on your second generation. When this person goes diamond, that turns into your third generation, and you get 2%. If you personally enrolled them, you get +5. So we like to say, like I heard somebody say, I'm enrolling my entire team. At the end of the day, it's going to be good because you're going to get the 5% enroller bonus on all of these people. So this is still first generation, second generation, third generation. First, second, third. Does that make sense? Okay. So if your second generation passes you, so the thing is like you just haven't unlocked it yet. So it's really not about them passing you. So like if this person goes double and this person is now diamond and they're considered your third generation and you're still double, you get your first generation 2%, your second generation 9%. You just haven't unlocked this yet. Now, remember, the thing that is a little different is that you were getting 9% on all of it. And now you're only getting 9% on parts of it. So instead of getting the 9% on all of the 10 grand or whatever it is, you're now getting 9% on the stuff that's outside of that diamond. But once you unlock that, when you're triple, you'll get 2% of it again. And if you enrolled them, you get 7. So things do fluctuate a little bit. Like something might happen, and this check, the generationals might change a bit. But the thing is that you want your people making money, right? So before you got 9% on this entire team, this person goes diamond and it may change a little bit, but guess what? This, like your friend, is now getting 9% on this team. So their check is going to go up. And of course, we want our people to be making money as well. Does that make sense? It's like things do shift, but it usually, the biggest shift is 9 when you personally enrolled them to 2 when that third diamond pops. Good. Glad that is helpful. So that's why you're like, yay for you, I'm building wide, I'm building my next diamond, I'm going triple, and this is awesome. Because when you're building triple, you're working on that another diamond, the 9% starts over. Like it always ends up waving it out. So every single month, not as much anymore, but when I was a couple years ago, when I was really like working on how do I go black diamond and where is the income coming from, every single time I got a check. So every month, I split it up. I split it up into leadership level bonuses, residual income, generations, and promotions, like good bonuses, go fast bonuses, whatever. And so I would take my leadership level bonuses. We call them cabs. That's the old school way. We don't call them that anymore, but, and that's the 80, 80, 120, 120, 120. And I would add it up and see how much that was. Residual was the 10%, 555, 2 through the Emerald Infinity. I would add it up and see what that was. Generational is the extra 5% and like the 24211. And you'll see this breakdown in your check, and I would add it up. And then if I had any promotions going on, I would add it up. And what I found was that the residual and the generations stayed super consistent. These didn't fluctuate too much. What fluctuated was this, the leadership level bonus. And that's because it's due to enrollment. You know, in March, you have a super high check. These are fairly consistent. This is crazy because everybody's enrolling people. Again, like I should look. What month was that really high check in? Genevieve, I showed it to you. Let me think. It was like, the one where it was 80,000 in cabs. I think it was like April or May. I don't remember. But it was like after a huge enrolling time, it goes crazy. So then you have a December and it's not as high enrollments, the leadership level bonuses go down. And so these are where like overall volume matters. Like these don't change all that much from my experience. Because you're kind of always, focusing on that next promotion. I did. I screenshotted. We were at dinner. This is why you go to One Team, One Missions, you guys. We went to dinner and we didn't even have wine. It was just like we were out forever, like just talking, charting, and brainstorming. And I took a screenshot of our highest check ever and sent it to her so she can put her name on it. It's fun. Yeah, I took it out so you could put your own date. I remember that. Fun, fun, fun. All right. So any other questions? This is an advanced compensation plan. So feel free to ask any strategy questions in terms of charting or building. I would say for those that are diamond and above, I would recommend that you pick 3 to 5 people that you're working on with Emerald. I pick 1 or 2 people that I'm building, and then the rest I'm using my time, my energy, all of that. And you work to increase your check matches by getting as many people to Emerald during their time as possible. And that keeps your brain focused too. I think that's really important. If you know what you're working towards, you can run and you don't have to think and you don't have to ask yourself, what should I do? Where should I put this person? Or, you're like always, you know the roadmap and you can run a lot faster. Pam Souter says there's $1 million a month available in our compensation plan. And I absolutely believe that. I agree with that. I've seen what momentum can do to go crazy in your business. And that's what we're experiencing now. Not just here in the States, but overseas. When we opened Korea, we've got Mexico coming. Like we're at the beginning of it's just one of those things like people say to me sometimes like, oh, you just got in at a good time. I'm like, well, okay, now is a really good time to get in because we know what we're doing. We have the systems in place and we're just now opening into these crazy markets where network marketing is like the leading way to make money. Like Amway, I live in Grand Rapids and Amway is here and I can tell you their biggest market is in Asia. So there's so much excitement and so much, like we're on the front edge of not just keto, which is another leading, like obviously we're trend setting there, just like we did with the wrap, but also with these amazing countries. So I'm really, really excited to partner with you on this journey. And our goal is to create as many millionaires in our company as possible. And that is going to be you. So thank you so much for popping on and have an amazing day. Bye.